Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we're looking at the Marvel Studios Thunderbolts, or since it's got the asterisk, the new Avengers. You got Yelena Belova and the Red Guardian in a double pack. And this is the box. So you got this really cool like artwork on the side. I do like, and on the back, I do like kind of what they did here with the packaging. It does look pretty good, and it does stay along, I feel like, with the theme of the movie. Anyways, it does look really good with the open box and stuff like that. You can really see the figures and all of the accessories. And we're going to open this up and take a closer look at it. So we got the two figures out of the pack, and what I did was I laid out all of the accessories. And basically with the Yelena figure, it comes with two fists, which are actually kind of cool to get a couple of extra like little fighting hands. Then she comes with basically these two batons, a knife, and a pistol. Now, nothing fancy about the pistol, but check this out. There's two different colors of paint. There's actually a paint app on there, which is kind of nice. And it's a little bit, got some little tiny details, maybe a little bit better than one of their partner lines is doing for accessories over there with like pistols and stuff like that. Anyways, here is the Red Guardian, and he comes with two heads, which is kind of nice that he gets an extra head sculpt. He also gets like one fist, and then he gets like a left-handed shooting hand to go along with his right-handed shooting hand, because he also has this other hand right here that he came with right out of the box, which is kind of like a grabbing hand or whatever if he's gonna like grab you and push you up against a wall or something like that. So now that we went through the accessories, I'm just gonna move them up a little bit closer and just show you sort of the figures themselves. So this was the previous Yelena figure that came with, that was from the Black Widow movie. And you know, I wasn't too impressed with this figure. I didn't think it like resembled the actress at all. So here's the new figure, and I think that face sculpt looks pretty decent. I think overall it looks pretty good. I do like the outfit on this. This is pretty good. It's resemblant of the movie. And the cool thing about it is there's these two pieces right here where the batons will sit, so you have a place to put them, which is kind of nice. You have this little sheath on the side for the knife. Hold on. So there is for the knife, and you can see the handle is down. And then you got this nice holster for the gun, and the gun actually comes out. Now, this is contrary to what they did with all of Walker's leg, where he, you know, basically he has the pistol, but it doesn't come out and is permanently attached to his leg. So even though he would use the pistol, he can't draw the pistol. That is the Yelena figure. I think overall the details on here are really good. Here's the check that out. I mean, that looks fantastic. So we can talk about the articulation here for a minute. You got the upper ab crunch. There's no waist movement at all, but you got like a little bit of hindrance in the back going back, but you get about 90 degrees in the front. You got like the double jointed leg here, upper leg swivel, no boot movement at all, but the foot does get around. So you will probably be able to get this figure into some pretty good poses. It has a small butterfly there, right up here. Basically no butterfly joint in the arm, so unfortunately, you know, that is going to hinder some movement, but you are able to get some pretty good range of motion because you got the upper arm, you got a double jointed elbow, which gives you some good flexibility in the arm. And then of course you got the wrist movement there, and you know, they come off so that you can like swap out the hands. So anyways, that is the Yelena figure, and I'll just set that up next to this other one so you can take another look at the two figures together and decide that we don't actually know who that is for an MCU figure. All right, so here is the Red Guardian, and we're going to take a look with that helmet on. That looks pretty good. he's got a lot of emotion because he can get side to side there. He's got the good swivel. He's got an upper body ab crunch and a waist swivel, which is kind of nice. He's able to get his leg up 90 degrees. Same about movement in the back. He's got the swivel there. And then look at that. He actually has boot swivel, which is kind of nice. And then if we look, once again, he's got this like flap, kind of what they're doing with the pauldrons for the Star Wars figures, where it's like an extra piece, or the Stormtroopers and stuff like that. But once again, no butterfly joint at all, but he's got the upper arm movement, double jointed right there, and then good swivel in the arm. So we're going to do a head swap here, because what we want to do is kind of like compare him to the other releases that they had. Now the thing is, the Red Guardian was released in a double pack before for the Black Widow movie, but here is the older version of the Red Guardian that we got the last time, and he had some hair. Now this one had the swivel here, but he has like a different kind of an ab crunch instead of that ab crunch swivel. Pretty much the rest of the articulation is about the same. So that is the difference in the outfits that we got. So slightly different, slightly updated. And this new one did not come with the shield, but he did come with these two pistols, of which he actually has holsters that can hold his pistols and allow him to draw out. Now it's interesting because he drives a limousine, and I'm not sure how comfortable that would be when you're sitting in a car driving. Anyways, let's take a look at the other version of the Red Guardian, where he was the younger version. So we know we didn't just get the two versions, because we had 3 previous Red Guardian versions, if you count the toy that came with the figure. But anyways, there he is, much younger version. And then that's how the outfits are different. So there are the 3 MCU versions of the Red Guardian. You can see how the outfits have changed from one version to the next. So it's kind of cool because you didn't end up with like 3 versions of the Red Guardian that are identical. And I gotta say, I think the face sculpt on that does look really, really good. And I like the articulation on it, even though it's not the best articulation that the Marvel Legends team has done. Now, I'm mostly impressed with the updates they did for the face sculpt for Yelena here, because I really do think that for the most part, it did capture the actress. All right, so one of the things that I did was, if you watch the Thunderbolts, you saw what happened to Walker's shield here. And so I took a previous version of US Agent, and I basically like gave Walker the reddish hair, put on basically a beret, bent his shield a little bit, and made him kind of the version from the end credit scene from Thunderbolts, which you can watch now on Disney Plus. Anyways, I think overall it's a pretty good set. I was happy to get this figure for sure. It was nice to get a new Red Guardian, and the fact that they gave you like the 2 alternate heads, basically 2 extra hands, and he actually comes with pistols that he can draw out, not like US Agent, who's permanently got his pistol attached to his holster on his side. But anyways, I think the set's pretty cool. So thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. As always, have a fantastic day.